Hey everybody, Mike from streamingchurch.tv for your weekly Did You Know? This week we're going to talk about social streaming. We're talking about social media sites and streaming your service and experience out to social media like Facebook and YouTube, etc. There are a few things I wanted to talk about the understanding of the ways that you can do that. There are multiple ways that you can do that. Situation number one, if you have an ideal situation where you have a lot of upload bandwidth. Now, keep in mind if your internet provider tells you you have 30 megabytes of upload bandwidth, you're not really getting 30 megabytes of upload bandwidth. You're getting a fluctuation between a low point and 30. It doesn't stay at 30. It doesn't work that way. You get a nice wave of internet, and we're more concerned with where's the low end of that and how much signal can you push outside of your building in an upload. So if you have an ideal situation with enough upload bandwidth to where you can consistently send out a large amount of bandwidth, then you may be able to use one of the multi-streaming softwares like Wirecast or vMix to send your web stream and a social stream at the same time. That's ideal. But it also requires a very fast and robust computer because you want to think about it as stacking. When you're sending out a signal to the web, that's one layer. When you're adding a social stream, that's another layer. If you're adding two social streams, then you're on layer 3, and that's how much computer resources you're using. That's also how much upload resources you're using. So you're stacking up the volume that you're trying to get outside of your building. And in some cases, it can work, but in many cases, it just won't. You don't have either enough computer resource or you don't have enough streaming upload bandwidth from your internet provider. So social streaming, or some call that restreaming, is an answer to that. It functions completely differently, where you send a single signal outside of your building. You've got plenty of bandwidth, you're getting the signal outside the building. Then in the cloud, that content is connected to your social media sites, and then it is restreaming your web signal out to your social media sites. So if you go back to my explanation, is you've got a single signal going out, much skinnier than times 3 by adding the other social sites. So it's going out, it's going to the cloud, and then it's restreaming, processing in the cloud, and restreaming to your social media sites. So because of that, then you are able to send a higher quality stream. You are able to stream to multiple sites at the same time, simultaneously. And to do that, we have two different setups. And I'll show you an image of each setup and what it looks like. One is our custom-built social streaming that goes out to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And you can see that platform here and what that looks like on the back end. You link your social accounts, and then each week you can stream all of those accounts out to the internet. Our other way of doing that is our partnership with Switchboard Live. Here you can see the platform and the back end and see what that looks like. With Switchboard Live, it's a little bit different process of setup and stream. There are certain situations where it may be more conducive. So those are the two different options that we have available for you to choose and use social streaming. Let me caution you. Keep in mind, when you are streaming to social media, you are streaming on someone else's platform that they own. They can change the rules, which has happened a lot over time with Facebook and YouTube. They can restrict your content, and they may censor your content as well. Again, remember, you're renting space on someone else's property. Let me rephrase that. You're using someone else's free platform, and whatever rules they decide are the rules that apply to you. Now contrast that with your website. You own your website. You own the access to your website. You're streaming our stream to the player on your website, and you own it and you control it, and you have substantially more robust controls to engage with people, as well as keep them involved in every aspect of giving and serving and being involved that you would want to. You have a lot more controls if you keep in mind what tools you have at your disposal. And most importantly, you own that content that is going to your website. As long as you pay for your hosting or your URL fees each year, what you stream there is under your control, not someone else's. So I'm not trying to bash the socials. I just always want it to be very clear where you're engaging and how that impacts the experience, as well as how much control you have over that streaming experience. So it's been great to be with you today, and as always, let us know how we can help you with social streaming or with anything else. This is Mike with StreamingChurch.tv. Have a great day.